Good morning, everyone. It's Professor Chisholm, and this is GD435 Website Development Week 2. Okay, happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope, have a good day. All right, so far I really appreciate the topics that you guys have already established for your projects. Little confusion, but we got everything ironed out. And now we need to start getting into written and visual research, but we'll get there in just a second. So we are going to continue in the content strategy book, and you will do the next 3 chapters, which would be 4, 5, and 6. And again, you're going to pick one key point from each of those chapters that resonates with you, and you're going to then post your thoughts and understanding of them into the discussion board. And making sure that you are writing about why they're important, how would you implement them, can you provide examples of where they would work and where they don't work, and how would you explain them to somebody with zero web design experience, okay? So there are no comments needed for that assignment. Now we will get into the research part of this. It says post your research to the discussion board via your process book. This week, you'll conduct your written and visual research to gather your content. All right, you want to make sure, the thing about this is, guys, you are going to be writing out. There is no lorem ipsum. So you're going to gather information, and then you're going to have to synthesize it and put it in your own words for week 3. So just keep that in the back of your mind. And you need a minimum of 250 words per page. No landing pages for this project, okay? No landing pages are permitted for this project. So make sure, let's take a look at the project deliverables for this thing. It says you have to have a home page with content, a minimum of 250 words. 4 to 5 interior pages with content, a minimum of 250 words. Now, if we have a home page and then 4 to 5 interior pages, that means your site is going to be a minimum of 5 pages. Your site is going to be a minimum of 5 pages. Now, it says paragraphs of copy, 250 to 1,000 words per page. Images that are relevant to the content, no repeating images in your project. Cohesive layout and design appropriate for topic and audience, deliberate use of color and graphics, useful footer. Useful. Please, none of this extra navigation at the bottom. Navigation is at the top. If you do it right, you have a sticky navigation, it's always there, right? You have to have a responsive navigation, including a hamburger menu. Okay, so the hamburger menu, when it says responsive navigation, it means the hamburger menu is on the mobile site and that your desktop has an established navigation. Now, depending on which direction, I've told you this before, 80% of tablet users, use it in a horizontal manner. So if you're going to use it in a horizontal manner, then that means your navigation, you're going to have a navigation. You're not going to use a hamburger menu. Though honestly, it's still, whether or not you still use it in landscape mode with the hamburger menu, it's sort of split down the middle whether or not you have one or not. So, but just think about that. I mean, I know that the template, if you're using XD, the template shows it as, portrait, but in reality, our sites it's supposed to be, horizontal if you take it by that. So you definitely have to have a hamburger menu on the mobile version, okay? And then you make sure that you have a modal window containing content. Now, if you don't know what a modal is, a modal, that's part of this research, right? I will not accept, a mobile should be on the inside. Typically, it could be attached to a newsletter or signing up for something, right? But you need to have a link within your site that opens up the modal, and it's not a page. So do your research on that. All right, cannot haves. You cannot copy and paste content, low-res images, copyrighted images without documented permission, repeated image or content between pages. So the content has to be all different on all the pages. And again, that landing page. But you want to make sure you're building a multiple page website solution for an environmental cause, okay? It could be educational or build awareness. Okay. Your solution must be fully responsive. And I see this time and time again. We start with mobile, and then all people do is increase the size, guys. Come on. How about you got to put a little more thought into this and work with columns? Mobile is a single column, but as you move into desktop, you're going to get multiple columns. And typically that's the same case for your tablet view too. You start running into problems when you just take something that's really small and then you increase the size and then don't go back to look at the font sizes. Okay. Now, many of you have had me before, so you should pretty much know what I'm going to be looking at here. So I want to make sure that you go through this page to the nth degree and make sure you understand what is needed. Now, you are welcome to use Figma, but this class right now is still designed for XD. I'm not going to stop people from using Figma, but this course is not set up for the material to teach you how to use Figma. So if you choose to use Figma, then that learning is on you. Now, I will assist as best as I can, and I will see if I can find some resources for anybody that needs, if you're going to choose to go down Figma. But the whole thing is understanding prototyping. Prototyping is a skill, and it's definitely where now they're finding out the designers. It's better off if a designer takes care of the prototyping and then they hand it off to somebody to do the coding for it, right? But you also have to you should have an understanding of how grids work, and how responsive works also. Something that you should think about, because later on you're going to be sharing information on topics that are pertaining to what we're discussing in this class. All right. Now, if you have any questions or concerns, please by all means reach out to me. Again, if we take a look at this as responsive, so this is the desktop version. Let me minimize that. And as we scroll down, so this would be tablet. Notice that nothing's changed. It's not until we get to single column, right? So if we look at that, this would be tablet size right there. We have our navigation still established. But when we go to the tablet, it's all stacked, and the navigation, of course, is stacked. But you could do, in this case, there's the hamburger menu right there, right? So it has multiple. I don't think I wanted to do that, but that's okay. So we'll go back out. Okay, so this is the thing. You got to do your research. You got to look at things. Okay. All right, guys, if you have any questions, concerns, hands in the air, and or email me. Have a great week. Do great things, and keep moving forward. Talk to you soon. Bye.